Make it so. Captain's log, stardate. There exists on YouTube a 21-minute and some change video called PRELUDE to Axanar. This was a completely crowd-funded fan film that took place in the Star Trek universe between Star Trek Enterprise and Star Trek, the original series. It was interesting because it told the conflict of the Axanar and Klingons and the formation of early Starfleet, but it was told in a documentary style, which is an interesting take on everything. Prelude was meant to be a teaser for a full-length feature film, also crowdfunded, also fan-based, which would have released after acquiring sufficient funds. Prelude to Axanar drew in top talent. The writing was so good that people who had participated in Star Trek in the past were drawn to it. And even the fans agreed that it felt like real Star Trek. And this is after years of horse shit through cinema and unfortunately through, Then CBS came in and decided to shit on the whole party. They sued the production company of Axanar and said that, well, you're using our property and our stories and our themes and some of our music and our characters and our language, and you can't do that. You can't. And production ground to a halt. And it was mired in the bogs of litigation for far too long. Far too long. But we've recently learned that a settlement was reached between CBS and the Axanar production company. And they have been permitted to make 2 15-minute episodes of Axanar. Now, it's going to be hard to squeeze that lemon and distill the substance of what the 2-hour feature will be. But I guarantee you that half an hour of Axanar is going to be worth more than 30 seasons of STD. Now, the source that I'm going to cite is none other than the Axanar website itself. Link is going to be in the description. And this is a multimedia article, so they have their own hyperlinks, they have videos embedded. I encourage you guys all to read that. But before I read the article, I'd like you to take a minute and watch the Prelude to Axanar. Link is in the description below. I'll wait. The title of this article is Axanar Production Update, December 2018, by Alec Peters. Is Axanar still going? We hear that a lot from people just watching our new video updates on YouTube. So to get everyone up to speed, here is a roundup. Some of you may know this, and for some it may be all new, but we want to make sure everyone knows what is happening as we move forward towards shooting in a few months. He actually didn't write forward. That was my bad. As part of the settlement agreement with CBS and Paramount, we are allowed to make 2 more 15-minute episodes, not the full movie we had planned. The question was, what to make? Now, when we made Prelude to Axanar, we thought we should make it as part of a series, like The World at War, the famous BBC series narrated by Sir Laurence Olivier, and which a lot of us grew up on. You can read a good article on The World at War, hyperlink, and its Wikipedia page, hyperlink. The idea was to make Prelude look like it was part of a series, but we had no intention of ever making episodes 4 and 5, let alone 1 and 2. Prelude was meant to be a proof of concept, followed up by the full-length movie Axanar. Fast forward 3 years, and we settled the ridiculous lawsuit by CBS and Paramount. As part of the settlement, we are allowed to make 2 more 15-minute episodes, or 30 minutes total, and so I took the Axanar feature film script and trimmed it down and reformatted it to tell the story in 30 minutes. Wanting to give fans what they want, it seemed obvious to tell the whole story of the Battle of Axanar in 2 more episodes of the 4 Years' War documentary that Prelude to Axanar proved so successful. But it wasn't that easy. We had built sets and a studio, and the lawsuit cost Axanar fans about $500,000 of the money they had donated. After 13 months of a lawsuit, we couldn't hold on to the studio anymore, and in fact, I paid the last few months of rent myself at $15,000 a month. So, we moved the studio to Atlanta from Los Angeles, got Otherworld Computing to sponsor the studio, and started a program with the Gwinnett County Video Production Program to use the studio to help train students. Very smart. I wrote the script for the next 2 episodes of the 4 Years' War. Paul Jenkins, legendary Marvel Comics writer who penned Wolverine Origins, came on board as a director. Mark Edward Lewis, the amazing sound designer for Prelude to Axanar, and the guys who taught me how to edit, has stepped up to be editor in addition to sound designer, and Bing Bally is back as our DIT and colorist. Plus, we have our Axanar costume designer, Kate Burke, now working with costume consultant Claude Dozier, making costumes. Add an amazing art department led by Simon Lissaman, Lee Kinsberry, and Alexander Richardson, Jerry Ablan, and Leon Technology, and an awesome group of Atlanta volunteers, and we are doing pretty well. We have some amazing new crew you will get to learn about, and you will hear about their stories in time. Stay tuned here. As to casting news, well, Gary Graham will be back as Saval, and J.G. Hertzler is back as Sam Travis. We are in discussions with Kate Vernon to reprise her role of Sonia Alexander, and we are casting another 12 roles as we speak. At this point, we think we are looking at 2 days of shooting in Los Angeles in March through April, and then 2 days of shooting in Atlanta a month or 2 later. Our goal is to have a release date next summer/fall. Also, stay tuned with what is happening with the USS Ares Bridge on our blog, hyperlink, and on YouTube there. And there's a cool video. Check it out when you got time. And yes, we will be shooting on the set. I can tell you, those having read the script love it. You not only get to see the rest of the story of Axanar, but meet some great characters, new and old, see an epic space battle the way space battles in Star Trek should be, and as always, see how the Star Trek you love should be updated and still honor canon. USTD. We will be doing YouTube and Facebook live videos weekly, so stay tuned to our YouTube channel, which will be linked in the description, and make sure you subscribe and get notifications. Click the bell, hit subscribe, share this motherfucker, and as always, live long and prosper. Alec. Now, I might have embellished some of that, but this thing got my tail wagging. The original video was so good. So good. I'm Immortal Coil. Ding the bell, leave a like, drop a comment, share the video if all of this was pertinent to you. And remember, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.